Well, good evening, everybody. This is William K. Murtaugh in this one, and I have quite the story to tell. Now, this last Friday, well, actually, this last Thursday, some genius thought it would be nice to drive by my house and take a picture of me struggling to load my motorcycle. And then this individual published it on their Telegram account, and say that they're claiming again that I am Whitey Bulger and that they are going to sue the city of Apaka for allowing me, so-called Whitey Bulger, to live in their city. Now, aside from the fact that's kind of a stupid thing to say you're going to do, considering the laws of this country, but the problem for this individual, or one of the problems of this individual, is that I am not, nor have I ever been, Whitey James Bulger. So, let's get that out of the way. Now, this particular individual, and I know exactly who this is, has been pestering me for the last 10 years, give or take. This individual is a strong supporter of Timothy Charles Homestead, and obviously this individual is a supporter of the so-called Pentagon Pedophile Task Force, which is something Timmy the Glute participated in creating, and it's nothing more than proof that the people that are part of the PPTF are incredibly stupid. Now, so I'm out loading my motorcycle. This individual drives up, takes a picture of me, and they go away thinking that, oh, everything's fine, we're gonna pester Mert and blah blah blah. Well, there's a problem. First of all, this mobile home park that I live in is on private property. It's not along a road that is maintained by Orange County or the city of Apopka. It's maintained by the owners of the trailer park. And this is where I live and rent this mobile home. So, what this construes in the state of Florida is that this individual is trespassing. There are signs at the entrance to the property that clearly state that this is for residents only. There's no solicitation, and if someone is caught trespassing on the property, they will be prosecuted. Right there, clear as day, under the stop sign. The High Command decided that they were going to ignore this. And so they came in, located my address, took the picture, and left. But they made a mistake, and it's a mistake they could have avoided had they heeded my advice that I made a long time ago. I have a security system. I have a rather sophisticated security system. I have security cameras that have motion detectors built in, that have the capability of recording everything that happens on the street in front of my home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I get notified by Telegram if somebody sends me a message. And if somebody sends me a message, I can go into my security system, enter a time and date I'm interested in, and view what happened in front of my house at that particular time, which I did. And there's little old me struggling to load this 600-pound motorcycle that doesn't run on a poorly designed trailer hitch in order for me to take it to get it fixed. And the individual was recorded quite clearly taking a picture of me, and not only that, the license tag of the vehicle the individual was driving was clearly visible on my security cameras and recorded. So I called the Orange County Sheriff. A deputy responded, and we had an interesting little conversation. And in that conversation, I told him all about Tim Holmseth and his little column, and I went through and I showed him where these people say that I'm Whitey Bulger, and one of his minions decided that they were going to come down here, take pictures of me loading my motorcycle and of my residence, and post it on the internet. And this is a violation of Florida law. And I said, another thing that I find rather interesting is that we've had a spike in porch pirate incidents here in this trailer park. And by sheer coincidence, my next door neighbor had items missing from his house that very same day. And so he called the sheriff as well. So I said, well, here's the license number of the vehicle in question. This is the make of the vehicle. This is the picture of the individual taking a picture of my house. And they have declared that they are heading down to Fort Lauderdale to do the same thing to an attorney that I'm associated with down there. That they are going to drive by their house and take pictures of them doing whatever. And so there is a statewide bolo. I also showed them the picture of Mr. Holmseth and the warrant currently active for his arrest. So they have a picture of Timothy Charles Holmseth, they have a picture of the individual taking the pictures, and they also have the license number, make, model, and year of the vehicle these people were driving. You know, this is an interesting thing about license plates. I don't know how many of you have looked at a Craigslist ad or Facebook ad and noticed that when people photograph, say, a car they have for sale or a motorcycle or anything or what have you, they block their license top plate. They'll cover it up, put a smile emoji up there, anything, because they don't want people to see their license tag. Excuse me. Now, this is all rather interesting since license plates are displayed every day. You get on the street, everybody has a tag. You have to have a tag to drive a car. But people just have this internal fear that someone's going to look up their license plate and something nefarious is going to happen. So they avoid, like the plague, having their license tag exhibited for all to see and for a picture to be taken the license tag. But here's the thing with this piece of work that decided to come to my house. Their license tag was clearly visible. I have a 4K, highly sophisticated security system. Takes really good pictures. It has motion detection. So if it picks up something, it follows it. 360 camera. So the car was there, stopped, started up again. Camera noticed it, started following it. Followed the car as it went by the house, and it caught the tag. Nice and clear. And so I reviewed the video, put it on a SIM card, gave it to the deputy. And the case is now under investigation. Possibly a traveling porch pirate that's running around, casing out trailer parks and residential areas looking for Amazon deliveries where they can run, get the package, go and leave. So they are going to be watched for that. Now, license plates on a car can provide a wealth of information, not just the name of the individual who licensed the car. Now, maybe the car was a rental. Maybe the person thought that, oh, I'm driving a rental car. Avis, Hertz, Enterprise. I'm safe. Tag is registered to the rental agency. That's another mistake. Because when you rent a car, you provide to the rental car agency your name, address, phone number, driver's license number, all kinds of interesting information goes to the rental car company. And when the Orange County Sheriff's Department would call a rental car agency, if this happens to be a rental, they are going to get all that information. And since I am a victim of a criminal action, I am entitled to that information. Florida has a sunshine law. I can get that information anyway. And plus, I also used to be a dealer, and car dealers have a unique ability to look up license tag information. And if it turns out to be a rental agency or a private owner or a company, I can work with that. And so can anyone that is provided that information. Hypothetically, let's say that I decided that the Bulger family needed to be aware of what this individual's doing and the things this individual is posting on the internet. It would be in the public interest in their case to provide the Bulger associates with this information, along with say the attorney that these people are threatening, the individual that lives up in the state of Tennessee that they're threatening, the woman in the state of Ohio, state of Missouri, state of Minnesota, all kinds of people that this particular individual has been targeting over the years. I am sure all these people would like to know who it was that took pictures of me in front of my house. That can be quite useful information to these people. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with the information. They may not admit that they have this information if I send it to them. But this is a risk this person took when they decided to pester me at my house. And this is why I had the security system to begin with. I had planned for this for years. And I installed a security system just in case somebody pulled a stunt like this. For example, up in the state of Minnesota, around the time that, no, not Minnesota now, let me correct myself. This is over in the state of Wisconsin. And Bill McConnell got himself thrown in jail for stalking Kim Picasio and violating the restraining order. So, guess who visited Bill McConnell? Timmy. And while Timmy was talking to Bill McConnell and the sheriff's department up there, he noticed this real tall cell tower about a mile away from the sheriff's office. So he moseyed over there and he took pictures not only of the cell tower, but of the interior of the vehicles that were parked next to it. Now, in the state of Wisconsin, this is criminal trespassing. He was on private property. And I told the Orange County Sheriff about this, and I showed him the clip that shows Timothy Charles Holmseth walking around, taking pictures of the interior of this truck, and taking pictures of the tower that he claims was a 5G tower. And I showed him where Tim Holmseth likes to go around to various cities and take pictures of himself in front of signs. And I told him about the Millersville situation up in Tennessee. I told him that he has lost a lawsuit with Craig Sawyer, who might be also interested in this individual who took pictures of my house, about the problems that excuse me, Tim Holmseth and Associates had caused him. So maybe Craig Sawyer could make use of the license tag of this individual and the information that gets derived from it. You never know. Along with a certain retired FBI agent that seems to have gotten Mr. Holmseth's attention. So there's all sorts of people that might be interested in who it is that took images of me at my house and the entrance to the trailer park, and who came to the attention of my fellow residents, because I've had people come to me and ask me what the situation, what the deal was with this person in this car that was taking pictures of me. And so I had a rather interesting conversation with my neighbors about this and garnered additional information, which I then provided the sheriff's office. And I also told these individuals they may want to take time to jot down the times and license number of any car that does anything like this, because there may be a reason why people are having their Amazon deliveries stolen but from their house. A practice known as a porch pirate. So, this particular individual has really made a few mistakes, got themselves a little extra attention. And now, all sorts of people all over the United States, Canada, and maybe even Europe know who this individual is. And what they do with this information, I don't know. But it's now out there. Now, I am not a public figure. I am a 73-year-old retired truck driver who happens to have a YouTube channel. A very small one, this individual likes to point out. I got a total of 5 people that tuned in to my first attempt at bringing this incident to their attention. I had issues with the website I use to live stream my content, and there was no audio. So if you go to the site, you're going to see a bunch of pictures, but no audio. The interesting part is when you open up the chat, because the same individual that showed up in their car came on my channel and mocked me because I only had 5 people on the channel and that I was unable to get the audio to work. But I managed to get a little bit of it out, and I also reminded the audience that I am going to be making this particular video to better explain this situation. And this will be the first of series that I'm going to be doing. But it won't be on YouTube. I'll be over on BitChute, and I will also be over on Rumble. And we will pick up this conversation over there. And I will provide a link to Rumble on my Twitter account, so that people know where I'm going to be. Because YouTube doesn't like conspiracy theories. They don't like people discussing conspiracy theories. I don't know their logic behind not exposing conspiracies, but hey, YouTube owns the service. They can decide what's on it, what's not. So I can go over to Telegram, Rumble, BitChute, and other places and do the same thing. And I can show how Timothy Charles Homeseth is going to really screw things up with Donald Trump. So stay tuned, because this is glorious. And to everyone out there who may have received the information I discussed in this video, there's more to come, because I'm looking into this individual quite thoroughly, and I am going to provide all the details I can possibly get my hands on to you as a present, because Project FAFO is in full mode. So until the next chapter of this little story gets to be told, y'all have a good one and stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of fun this summer. This is William K. Murtaugh. We're Winton Swan. Have a good one.